Yeah, so we're dealing with 2 murders apparently. Well, before we get into this, I guess first I have to say I hope you're doing well, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. And then, otherwise, theory crafting, I would say. I assume Danko killed the first one and then she got killed. Something like that. We'll see. We'll see. I was here. Just get me down to the area, please. Why can I not go to the casino grounds, but I can go here? Why that? It's probably going to be quite a doozy. I'm gonna have to brute force my way through another class drill, I imagine. That's how these have been going the last few times, so... Especially the last one I was bad with. Oh, a little bit earlier. Yeah, not that much earlier though. It would appear we've all get it, but it seems there's less and less of us. Less and less means that it's much harder to solve mystery.
Don't worry.
Well, don't worry, I'm sure I got him a little bit smarter by now, can't I? Doubt that. Yeah, got to do his best to help. I'd want you to graduate from super idiot level to at least Kaito idiot level.
What?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Are you okay?
Ah, more importantly, are you okay, Kaito? Yeah, I'm feeling better now. But wow, Maki rolled your shirtles back a punch.
I don't know.
It's your fault. You don't need to worry about our dwindling numbers, only dipshits have died so far. You're one of the biggest dipshits here, excuse me?
That being said,
No, it's a tall order, but try to use your brains this time so I don't have to use mine.
hoo-yah!
These golden brain cells of mine are a gift to the entire world.
Unacceptable.
It's as though every time you open your mouth you become less likable.
Rest in peace.
After all, please lend us your power.
But
It may be difficult for us to rely on Atua. Considering what happened to Angie, whom Atua loved most.
well, you know.
She should have relied on Atua. She shouldn't have relied on Atua in the first place. But seriously, it's kind of funny seeing a robot believe in a god, especially Atua.
I also.
So what? Robots can believe in a god. No, robots become as gods, not believe in gods.
Indeed.
Actually, before I even met Angie, I had a similar experience. Hearing voices, I mean. You might call it an inner voice. It tells me what to do when I'm in trouble.
Got a minute?
How long are you going to say that for? Atua goes on matter right now. Yeah, the trial this time is going to be rough. We got caught in Monokuma's trap.
Huh?
His trap?
That's right.
He probably made the fourth floor so scary on purpose to prevent me from investigating.
Oh, right.
Oh, we didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no way.
Hey, so
Suichi, say something.
Huh?
What should I say? What should I say? But yeah, I have not much of a suspect other than Tanko in this entire case, so it's gonna be a doozy. I just hope that, unlike last case, we don't go half an hour in a circle trying to find out who has an alibi or not, because that shit was tiring. Let me tell you that. That kind of brought down the entire case. Made it last way longer than it should have. Usually we walk towards the elevator in silence. As soon as we remaining survivors stepped aboard. Also, this makes the second game the only game with not double murder in it. Oh wait, there was a double one in there. Yeah, every game has had a double murder so far now, huh? We descended. Perhaps because there was fewer of us, the elevator seems to move faster. And so we fell faster and faster down into the black. Like the first game had the fat guy and the class representative. I forgot both of their names, it's very impressive. Second game had Ibuki and the lolly. And now these two. I guess it would have been breaking tradition if there wasn't a double murder here. They'll have that chance on us from the other side, the bright light of our future. Or is it? No, so it looks the same. Hifumi on the other copy. Hifumi was the fat guy, wasn't it Taka? Taka something? Boy, they look really depressed. That's because there's even less participants now. Don't say they look depressed, you'll make one of them sad. Phew, as much as I love to keep hearing this adorable back and forth. Let's hurry up and get it started. At last the class trial will begin. I hope you enjoyed to your heart's content. The third class trial was about to begin. And the Yonaga, the ultimate artist. The ultimate cult leader, you mean? She created the Ultimate Academy Student Council to prevent the killing game. Then Danko the Ultimate Aikido Master. She hated men, but she knew that that she hated this terrible killing game even more. The two who were killed were both trying to stop the killing. And who was the one who killed them? The only one who I can think of that killed Tanko could have been Himiko, I suppose. But I also suspect that someone came in from the other room, but so that would nullify her. Would give her an alibi, I guess. Two different people. We need to pin down that down in this class trial. In order to live, you have to find the truth. Part of me also suspects Tsumugi for some reason. I don't know why specifically. Maybe she did something weird yesterday. And then we'll fight for it. I will fight for the bit with truth and lies in this class trial. Less lies, please. Those are annoying. Alright, let's get this on the way. I did get a skill from Miyu yesterday. Should check what that is. Once part of an object becomes visible, the entire object will be shown. Effect of doing imagine excavation. That's fine, I guess. I'll take it. I think I can only have that amount of skills anyway, huh? Is there anything else I really want? Not entirely sure. I got 5 points anyway. Mind's Eye, Saint Miko's ability? Miko. Silences all conversation except those heretical is. That is Miko. Librarian's glare. Silences loud voices, effective during mouse spinning debates. Those might be handy, actually. I think I'm going to take this one because it's rather annoying. What was this one? The screen and light up more. Increase the speed of the radical. Oh, why is there? I'll take this one because it's annoying that you need to shoot it multiple times. Alright, time to begin.
Now then, let's
At least I don't need to talk as much during these, so that's nice. Because the 4-hour streams have a bit of an impact on my throat every now and then.
For who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death. So you better vote for someone. Now, smiles, everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy out!
I might need to close the door in a bit if my son's making food. Not sure.
Sorry, everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time.
Come on, Kaidos, if you're much help to begin with usually.
Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your
Spaceman.
hair and more time investigating, Spaceman!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna close the
I need
door.
to hear some
Oh,
comedy
second.
act from you two weirdos.
Who did it?
I mean, that's a question we have to find out, huh?
Angie and Tenko.
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be two killers.
So, our other culprit might not be.
Why is he being
us
spooky?
here.
Why is she being spooky?
What do you mean?
The transfer student.
Oh, we're doing this shit.
Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
I mean, I'm still thinking that the first guy was not dead to begin with, but... Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? Well, in the interest of being thorough, I should clear things up here. Ah yes, the murder was done by a corpse.
This crime was committed by the recently deceased.
I
They
guess
came
that one,
back
huh?
to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
No! So, ritual did work?
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back.
I mean, shouldn't the effigies be moving then?
Rantaro was resurrected.
Can I check this?
The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami.
Please, stop it!
It's about believing the reviving the dead to focus on the statements. Were all the statements correct?
This crime was committed by the recently deceased. They came back to life and killed 2 of our classmates.
Kaido's the murder is the one we changed recently.
No!
I mean, maybe, but...
Ritual did work?
Yeah. Oh, I still hit it. That just can't get up. Okay.
This crime was committed.
I don't think it's Kaido.
So,
He's
ritual
more the guy who's gonna get killed instead of doing the murder, I feel.
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back.
Please, stop it!
What did the Necronomicon say? Provide effort with the dead soul, you wish to contact everyone who may participate. Oh yeah, the Necronomicon isn't burned, so the ritual didn't happen at all.
Committed by the
Did work? That's wrong!
Right statement, wrong bullet.
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded. According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us,
Fake Necronomicon, by the way.
the Necronomicon in the ritual.
After preparing the effigy, burned his Necronomicon to ashes. Oh, whoops.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
God, they should be back to collecting bugs.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Now hold on a second.
But-
I can't let that comment stand. Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's
I wanted to
easy
say
at the
something, but never
Ultimate
mind.
Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
What are you talking about?
Also, this game, they're not changing the backgrounds at all in the trials, are they? Unless the stained glass is different, but
I never lie about
I
motives.
don't think it is.
Daddy said so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Monodum is still alive, though.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't
What?
waste a
Huh?
resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Resurrecting the dead was
Oh, of course it isn't. Come on now.
possible this whole time?
This game does stupid shit, but
There's
resurrecting
no
the
way
dead?
it's
No.
possible.
There's no way
And
that
we never
can
did to begin with.
Monokuma is trying to confuse us.
Okay, they gave her a halo and angel wings.
Find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who did
Oh, what's on Tanko's then?
Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this. I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
Hmm?
Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
Well done. Front door, back door, lock picking, and
Kill Angie,
Smugi's
and
account.
it was found in Kyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo.
I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in, and murdered the fuck out of Angie!
I think the broken one is
Fucking genius!
the thing here. Score key really the culprit is the case of facts beginning of it from the beginning.
culprit used a
What does this one say again? When she locked herself in, she would not unlock the door. Maybe the last one?
But
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kyo. I did not care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the
I like how they animated that like a worm.
That's wrong! No, Kyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab. Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research,
I mean, Angie's murder must have been one of the people that was allowed inside at
she
least.
said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Actually, they might also rule out Tanko then because she wasn't able
Even if he
to.
wanted to.
Unless she got like kicked out of the student council.
I had
I'm
no
not sure if
desire
it.
to kill her.
Doubt
in
it
the
would have
first
played out though.
place.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
Oh, how clever.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Tsumugi, and Himiko.
That puts the blame back on Tsumugi then, I think.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie.
But why am I suspecting her is the thing?
I trust their friendship. You guys do too.
She didn't do anything particular to be suspicious.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe that's what we call a
Trust their
gut feeling, huh?
friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Tsumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
Yep.
You mean one of those 2 people? Cause a robot ain't people, Jack.
You're being robotless
I will
again.
let that remark slide. Anyway, aren't these
Why
accusations...
is everyone
just
racist against
too
robots here?
hasty?
What else? The culprit should confess
Gonta be
already.
killing everyone.
Gonta, Keyboy, or Tsumugi.
Imagine that at the end of the game, Gonta was the real culprit behind everything.
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
Would be weirdly funny.
Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Prototype people
stick
little
up for
stuff
me
away.
too.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture Gonta? Oh no.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I aren't the culprits.
And I'm not the culprit either.
Masturbate already?
I'm not the culprit.
Not the culprit.
Yep, masturbate. Well, I can silence one right away at least, so that's good.
We must consider other possibilities. Surely there must be suspects outside the student council.
That's utterly impossible.
A dead chick
Not just
can't be the
anyone could open
culprit.
that door.
Why?
Only student council members had access.
Look, I don't know who the
I
culprit
didn't know
is,
robots told such boring lies.
but it's definitely not me.
Is that a robophobic remark?
Stuff keeps getting shuttered down. Several suspicious statements, and one is obviously inconsistent. Listen carefully.
We must consider other possibilities. Surely there must be suspects
What was your account again?
outside the student council.
I tried that one, but
Why?
Only student council members had access.
I heard it!
this is the definition of Kokichi sticking a foot in his mouth.
Council members that could have opened that lab door.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it, but you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Kokichi built some pin needles. And you open the door.
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember. Yeah, I did it. I killed Angie.
This is the biggest lie yet.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie. The culprit was me, all along.
What?
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Every time when someone says this, it's a lie.
No joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins. And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
No, he isn't. Don't be fooled.
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No. Definitely not a lie.
Why are you talking French now,
I
huh?
killed Angie.
Do you want to get killed?
Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Well, why did you do it?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room.
Of course, there's gold dust on the
Different method.
thingy in the back.
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
Kokichi's a bogat now.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was.
Also, calm down, Mio. Don't make me wave around your underwear now.
The back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
The back door had a sliding lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
The culprit used a certain tool.
The tool, the gold. Oh, well, I guess we're doing this. Oh. Monokuma? No. Is it the baseball bat or is that the sword? I think that is a sword. Is it? No. It's a sickle. Oh, that's a sword. There's a scabbard of the sword, sure. Oh, wait a minute, there's a Monokuma down there, a collectible one. Ah, fuck.
Gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's
I've been had.
The culprit used
Fuck's
that to
sake.
hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So the gold leaf was on the sliding lock
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Huh? Are you talking about...
I guess the Minesweeper game is gonna have more Monokumas hidden in there then, huh?
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell on the past.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right? But wait, how did they move it with a katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into
Is it
the
because the
effigy,
body was turning
effigies
around?
upside
Maybe?
down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
Different purpose, what could it have been? The culprit someone used to set up to lock the room. In this case I need to know the reason behind this every step of that setup. Every step of that setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear. No. I mean, they stabbed it in the body. And use it as leverage. Is that the word, the right term I'm looking for here? Leverage? No. Anyway, taxi time. There has to be a racing game out there somewhere that uses this aesthetic, right? If not, then how has it not been done yet? Thinking time! Oh. Christy voice clips. Get! That sounds like, I swear to God, that sounds like Nintendo 64 Toad. Yeah! Get! Close enough. Outrun clones. Probably might be my favorite minigame, considering just how chill it is. Also some itch.io. There's probably a lot of games there then, I guess. Oops. Yay! Fucking voice, man. There's this kill ass music. I'm distracted by the signs on the road trying to decipher what's going on there, but it's just CG's it. Yeah, play during the game. Yeah, I guess that's what happens when I get greedy, huh? Shouldn't have bothered to hit those. Just ignore the car. Speed! Yeah!
That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock.
I love you
The
making
effigy
the
spun.
noises.
Effigy spun?
Yes, Conta. Spin. Spin!
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist.
I'm still not quite sure this is gonna fucking work, but...
Then, if you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way.
Conta
And
spin.
of course, the katana would spin with it.
This sounds silly though. Like, I mean, I guess, but it sounds silly.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place?
The culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope, and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock. And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
It sounds so needlessly convoluted though.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked.
Like, we need someone who can calculate this shit.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us. Oh, but could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Now I just have the mental image of the culprit waiting outside the door for like an hour, trying to get this precisely correct.
Are you saying it's the student?
Pushing the door every time, like after like a few minutes.
I didn't say that.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick. It had to have been the right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
Now that's assuming it was on with
Effigies were
premeditated
open up
attention
so
then.
some kind of ceremony.
This was blood on it.
That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed. I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a distraction.
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Of course he did.
Come
Cough it up, Kokichi.
Oh, man. You guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
Would have expected.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
Who knows?
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I wanted to lure the culprit out. If I claimed to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me? And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
You and your fucking lies! Go sit in the corner and play with yourself!
Oh my.
Okay, I'll start right now.
Alright, so who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
You just agreed to it.
I can't hold it up anymore.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
I got the fucking innuendos.
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it. Don't you even understand something as basic
whoa.
as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Whoa. Holy shit, these guys.
Come, dumpster! Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
Why are you happy about this? Oh my god. Fucking degenerates.
What should we talk about now?
We must focus not on the locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab.
Oh, Mew.
Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
Among?
That leaves us with 4 suspects.
John Among?
Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
It's fine. That's just a waste of time.
Me? A suspect? I never kill Angie!
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the
I didn't do
suspect
it,
list?
right? Because I said so.
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect too.
Silence, outsider. Only the suspect rangers are allowed.
Suspect ranges?
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those
They're
under
kinda sussy,
suspicion
huh?
should explain themselves
Go,
thoroughly.
go, sussy ranges.
We might catch them with their pants down!
You would like that, wouldn't you?
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers. What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
I think he's stupid, but hey.
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
I mean, just say that you were sleeping or some shit.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Did Tenko have to die?
We're talking about Angie.
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but... Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie's?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What do you mean?
The 2 victims could have been killed by 2 separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim.
Yeah, but we can only punish one, so...
Gotta figure out who killed
How are you going to resolve that, huh?
Until we
Is
solve
that the
Angie's
murderer
case,
amongst you?
Tenko's case is meaningless. Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Here we go.
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you! Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her? Himiko...
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS. You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive.
And
But now you're like, oh no.
also kind of true.
Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset.
You don't know what you have until you lose it. That's classic.
Face Tenko. Work things out with her while she was still alive. But now it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously. It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
I'm still saying that Tango killed Angie, so that would
Himiko,
resolve itself nicely
I
then, but...
understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito. Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the curse is... Death Curse! I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
Won't that make you a murderer too?
Listen up. All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run.
Why do I feel this
I
trail is
won't
going to be
forgive something
quite
so
long?
messed up.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
I still suspect you died before the game is over though. I know.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Under the floorboards! The clown under the floorboards! Well, there is no clown here. I mean, a lot of them are clowns. Don't get it wrong, but... I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was it intentional?
So, what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Tancrotch!
The people who attended the seance. Yeah, that one.
That's it. It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
So those four are the culprits!
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
I mean, she was the one closest by to that,
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the four
to that hole in the
is
floorboards,
Willie.
though.
Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
True. I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes?
I mean, the only other person who knew about this whole seance thing was Tsumigi. So... I guess it makes her suspicious. I mean, I also saw something on her head, but I think it was just a shadow of the, how the art is done. So I guess that makes her prime suspect here, because she knew all the steps to it, so she knew what was gonna happen. Which in turn would make her able to kill Tenko in the middle there. Recommended the room? Don't remember.
I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control.
As to why Tsumigi would do it, I don't know.
I was not the one who selected the room. We
Okay, it was
performed
Himiko.
in. It was Himiko.
However, there are 3 empty rooms which one shall we use? Oh, the middle room. The middle room is always the best for stuff like this. Very well, I should begin the preparations. Now, my main suspect for this is Tsumigi.
Right.
And I'm willing to say that Tenko killed Angie, so...
Also,
Hold on.
we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
Point from outside you must be referring to... He also knew?
There! You're talking about under the floor, right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor.
Crawl. Could you crawl like a baby?
There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
You!
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
Maybe I'm the one thinking too simple about that. Drive forward, flashlight function, hold in the corner.
Sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
Forward? Maybe?
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
Kibo?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
It's true with that little light you could move under the floor. Is it possible?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
Oops.
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Hold on a moment.
And
I said hold on a second. He used his robot functions to commit the murders. Hold on a second.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by
crawling under the floor.
This one's gonna be, one I'm gonna have to brute force, isn't it?
You see, had a light.
From as dark as it was, no one would need a light. Well, we need a light now.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by
Crawling under the floor.
During the seance.
Light from his eyes, hold in the corner. Space under the floor so you can see what was dropped here.
Could they...
It's not loose before the seance. I don't think it's that one.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, villain had a light. Oh no!
The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
I think it's the second one I need to shoot with something.
You see, our villain had a light. Light? You mean candle? I mean, Kibo's flashlight.
Function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot function to get the Hold on a second. The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
What's it got to say? Like, wasn't that like blue?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light. Light?
You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and I said hold on a second. He used his robot function to get the murders. Hold on a second.
I'm not gonna shoot the candle because we have to turn off the candle, so... I'm entirely sure about this one though.
Our villain had a light.
Not at all.
You mean
Just with the candle, so if you say so, creature you can't trust you, and it couldn't be a candle, there's no evidence to support it, is there? Made a mistake, okay.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could he even see her under the floor? Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light. Light?
I'm confused on this one.
Kibo's
Flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
Scrubbed under the floor was enough no room for one person to move around, especially if that key was flashlight.
Damn it! The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were...
I have no idea on this one, chat.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see,
Our villain had a light. Light? You mean candle?
And I'm going to run out of time as well, so...
Hold on a second.
Need a hint? Yes, please. I don't mind. Made too many mistakes. Do they think I did it? Yeah.
we can't let it end here.
I have no idea what I'm hitting it and when I'm hitting it. Like, all of these seem related.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
Because of the hole, but... Didn't I use the hole on something?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
You see, our villain
Had a light. Light? You mean candle? I mean, Kibo's
Maybe we should need to shoot the last one at it.
Hold on a second. Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
No.
The culprit sneaked in during the
It's not the
seance
floorboards either.
by crawling under the floor.
Black during the seance.
Because it wasn't dark. You see, our villain had...
Stop.
that's wrong.
Didn't I try this one before? I don't know.
I don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor.
I thought I did.
There's a hole in the corner of the room. If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
But when we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
Jeez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch-black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Doubt that.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny?
Lined up funny, huh?
Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from underfloor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked
No,
for
no. That's just a second, guys. Come on
the
now.
culprit find her.
No glowing
Then
paint.
they could stab her through the floorboards.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Yeah, that sounds really familiar, huh? Sure does.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floor?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Hey, chat, the meat on the bone.
Who fucking cares? Messing over that won't get us closer to the culprit.
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however. Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she?
I don't know, that
Could
sounds
someone have
convoluted.
gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went
Going
under
on
the
meat.
metal cage.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
This is the point of no return. At this point, you mustn't speak. Next time you open your mouth is Angie. Yeah.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
Why is the floorboard only removed
She was
that much,
killed
though?
when the room was dark?
But she was inside Cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
Since she wasn't killed when the room was dark, it was a different time.
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
Oh, Mew.
Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
Cage don't watch you
When
talks
Tenko
that,
got
yeah.
killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time, and she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Ooh, like that.
When
What are you
Cage
doing?
Lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
No.
Oh my!
So who
Fuck's
lifted the
sake, you.
cage?
It was me.
Then
Chad,
obviously he
what
becomes
you
the
doing?
culprit.
What you doing?
There's no down!
Oh no, she's turning into Alice. Tenko not being killed during the seance. Might well be impossible, but there's no evidence for
When
it.
Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage
Huh?
and she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage? Cage lifted? Culprit.
I have no idea again.
Oh my!
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously
Shut
he
up,
was
you.
the culprit.
Good noise.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the...
I'm gonna start brute forcing this, aren't I? Because I got no idea.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the whole time.
I don't think it's the first one. Spiritual medium must move during the seance. Think of something following the directions didn't leave the cage.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time.
She was under the cage the whole time. She was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment cage was lifted?
Yeah, okay. No. I think I got it.
So fast, no one saw.
Who lifted the cage?
Actually, I didn't pay attention to what Gonta said though. I think I need to shoot what Gonta said though. It's sheet. Because there's blood on the sheet already.
It could not have been done at any other time.
So that means she hasn't been murdered us after the fact. Squeaky
What about
meat.
moment cage was lifted? That's wrong.
There we go.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it. That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
Because your brain is too horny.
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Oh. Don't maybe make me pull out your underwear in the middle of this
Still
trial. Come on
wrong
now.
to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
Oh my goodness, you probably get off on that.
Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gap, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could
This is
have fit through the
Fuck
gaps.
Squad.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko, sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kyo.
So your own logic is some.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko, sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
Probably sitting down normally while she was in the cage. The problem with that?
Oh no!
No. Stone?
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
I'll cut through your words.
There we go.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall. The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
He's the leader of the Barker Squad. No,
No
Gonta
worries,
is.
Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Gonta is innocent Barker though.
Yeah, no worries.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
No, from under, you fucking
If she was
cunts!
killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Oh no.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
Why would you need a blade for that, huh?
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
And
At least Gonta knows he's not smart.
killed Tenko? But why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
Because Tenko killed Angie?
Tenko killed Angie,
Oh.
and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge.
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done
wait,
that.
I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
Kaito, no.
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
Do you know
No.
how stupid this shit is that you're saying?
Cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage.
Oh, what is this? Chad, what is this?
You know what I'm getting at, right?
Is that who she's referring to? Hold on, we could have killed Tenko from inside the cage. Tenko.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What did you say?
Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
She committed suicide.
Suicide?
You think she'd be able to throw away the sickle in there though?
Committed suicide. It would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out. She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Was this one of the first things I thought of?
That makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me. There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Yes, there would be, because she
Maybe I
killed
wasn't
Angie.
too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because Tenko and Angie
Yeah.
were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
Still suspecting
There's only one
Tsumigi.
reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us.
Actually,
all
what
down.
was the ruling if
She
there was...
wanted us to die with her.
I don't think we've never really had it before, that like someone killed someone and then killed himself, so like I don't know what the rule is if he like failed to select the blackened hair, huh?
Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
But what are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. She told me.
Keep your pitch in the left facing forward, so with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
The only one here who lies is you.
Why?
Wait.
Well, I mean
you
a
should
bit, because I need to lie
believe
whilst
Tenko's
betrayal.
last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself.
Believe in the person who believes in you.
If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki role, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip
Funky.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Love that nickname, else she doesn't.
Whether or not I believe. My heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's
I
what
don't
I
know.
want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
A proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I don't believe Tenko would have killed herself because of what she said. See you after the seance. Simple as that. She said see you guys after, so I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean it was suicide. You shouldn't be satisfied with that, and if you keep thinking we'll find the truth. That means we have to believe in Tenko. We'll make them all believe. Tenko's last moments? First position injury back on neck was deep, but probably not enough to kill him immediately.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
What did Monokuma say about this? Second room, 11 PM, stabbed in the neck, on the neck, resulting in death and no other injuries.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching onto an easy answer. To get out of this and make me sure the suicide theory wouldn't work.
So
do we need to
suicide
lie?
seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength,
Should have been able to throw it away in time now. No, this is supposed unless the death was instant.
Damn it!
The death wasn't instant.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take
What's
us
this
down
say?
with her.
Whoops. Doesn't mentions the instant
So
distance
she hid
though.
her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person! But if Tenko did commit
She could have secretly and then stabbed herself with it.
finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the
I'll
floor.
reveal the truth.
Still don't really like the lie
Couldn't
thing.
have thrown the sickle under the floor because she died instantly.
Like, this was just guesswork, chat. This was just guesswork.
Instantly?
That might have all been instant, but you couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion?
Not
Rocky?
a fan of the lie mechanic all that much, honestly, because there's no indicator that you need to do it. Unless I'm just dumb. It's probably just that.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail.
Hello, thanks for following.
What?
Oh, I forgot to make
As an
a pinned
assassin,
comment about
I
it.
specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Thank you, Mackie. I mean, my problem with it is that it's like not much of an indicator that you need to lie. I mean, I guess you need to deduce it, but what's being said, but...
How could you forget that?
Yeah, I still figured it out better than the other one that I was struggling on, so...
Excuse me?
It's
Excuse
okay,
me.
Kaito, really. No apology. apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
Is it really a lie when she didn't commit suicide though?
We're gonna figure it out.
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during
Well, we noticed the sound.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
Not a bad idea, but we should remember what happened at the seance. But sorry to remember, shit or something. There's some kind of clue to help me solve this mystery. Sound during seance.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
I assume at
There is
least.
something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
I agree.
Was it really a falling sound though? It was just a loud noise.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
Oh, it's going to... Does the skip through most of the song every time, huh?
It sounded like something heavy fell down.
Gax, why did you say that? It's being blocked out.
What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong?
It is sense of pipe.mp3. Oh.
The sound was pretty loud.
Oh, that's silly.
It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
Good job, Twitch. A loud sound, like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound has something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. The... floorboard?
This is it.
Usually you're all things. Yeah.
The floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound.
Look, ever since someone linked gay porn in Christian's chat, I've just like decided, yeah, I probably should like put a link blocker in there too. Though 9 out of 10 times it's an accident anyway that something is like being removed like this, so it's silly. It's silly.
That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance.
This job wasn't happening though. Holy shit. No one saw it, like, except me for some reason, but...
Could the floorboard have made such a loud sound though?
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
And it's true, it would have been a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be?
Alright then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Crossbreeze
Someone
under
made
the floor?
floorboard come loose.
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
Okay, it's not that one. Moving the floorboard in total darkness seems somewhat impossible, is it not? Would be difficult to remove that during the seance. Yeah.
So what made the floorboard
Come loose. Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force. Someone who participated in the seance.
Should've just waited it out.
Maybe that person tore off the floorboard. That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound. Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Don't be stupid.
Oh.
Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
That would have made a strong enough impact to knock the floorboard loose. Speaking about Sanders, everyone's testimony combined with the
So what
facts.
made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance.
Haha, balls.
Person tore off the floor.
So loud.
Stomp maybe?
Maybe the statue fellow.
Statue was
Tied underfoot, then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped.
I agree.
Mew just has good ball dexterity, don't worry about it.
Came loose because someone stomped on it.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
Why did they stand again? That's a question. To solve this case, I need to think of careful about the crosspiece and the floorboard. Frank's body was at the end of the loose floorboard. The crosspiece had been cut and was on the other end of the floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, which would have been stomped on. Only one of the cross pieces was cut, the other two were intact. One of them was right under Tenko, and one was in the center about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stomping on the floorboard? Come on, think. Oh boy. I have no idea. Why was it correct? Seesaw? I'm not sure what it would achieve quite yet. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. E? Effect? I guess, but that's what you achieve with that.
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
Yeah? A seesaw?
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off.
I'm not sure what I gained from it though, is the thing.
The other two cross pieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
The sickle is on the other side?
Killed Tenko
Maybe?
like that. Unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
But how are you going to see in the darkness though?
How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
The floorboard seats are the case of blood and a white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? There's only one place the sickle would have been that's consistent with the evidence. Top of the cage, right?
That's it! The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down. The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage. Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
The cage didn't look on the top like it could
Once
do
everything
something
was in
through it.
place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade on the top of the cage. She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouch position. But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
Seems really convoluted.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
That makes Kyo the prime suspect because he's the one
Looks
putting
like we
the
got ourselves a good
the sheet.
old-fashioned seesaw homicide. Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box.
Outside the box or inside the cage?
Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Huh? Why her?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
I really don't think it's Himiko though. Just 3 empty rooms, which shall we use? Yes, middle one. Middle one.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
Well, maybe you didn't shut up about them.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your lab.
You're the one who wanted to do this more than everyone.
Culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time. Then she waited for me to host the seance, and suggested the middle room.
That wouldn't work, by the way, because she's like all the way in the upper left corner from this image. So how the fuck did she get down there without damaging the salt? And find the exact spot to jump on? Eh? Sounds a bit
She
far-fetched.
led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it.
So I'm willing to say that this is bullshit.
She killed Tenko.
If anything, I'm more suspectful of you. Kikakudori.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
Go on,
In the
yeah.
end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right? He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tanko? I killed Tanko?
Himiko?
It's gonna be intermission shortly, isn't it?
What's wrong, Himiko?
Is it true that the middle room that was Himiko's ID? But does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Something like that really happened? Something so cruel. Yeah, that's the intermission. Called it. Still kind of sad that I'm not running this on. Well, it's Monoqua's running it. Still not doing this on Switch. Still kind of sad about that.
Well now.
Looks like we've reached the intermission segment, which means it's time for our Guess the Victim quiz. A victim quiz, not a culprit quiz. Only victims are the people who are still watching this drawn out boring crap. Why are you being such a downer all of a sudden? It's okay, I'm sure everyone's happy. How do you know? You could be skipping this entire conversation for all you know. I can't take it anymore. I'm the real victim here, me! Why are you getting upset? If anything, I'm the real victim. I'm gonna put up with all this nonsense all the time. That's the right answer, one of them. Why? He hasn't said anything. Exactly, because there's no victims. Yep, even if you're killed in this killing game, you're a winner. Because everyone warns you and you get tons of posthumous popularity. Isn't that true, huh? Oh, Daddy, you don't need to reveal these kind of behind-the-scenes details. Dying makes you more popular, so we're gonna die soon too. Well, that can be arranged. Monodem will gladly arrange it for you.
This is my impression of a spooky, scary ghost.
Spooky, scary skeleton. No, wait, no, too soon.
I'm fine with real ghosts, but impressions of them are too
It's like half a year off on that.
Logic does not compute.
Did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
You know what else is scary? Sweet buns. Yep.
Sippy, oh no, you heard that?
Tasty
Aw.
sweet buns. So round, so sweet, so delicious.
That doesn't sound scary at all.
I'm scared too. Scared of losing my friends.
You'll just kill them, don't worry about it.
Did you hear something?
Oh, Monotaro is dead, isn't he?
No, I didn't hear anything.
I think Monotaro is the next one that's gonna get killed of these goobers.
Answer us, Himiko. You chose the middle room to lure us into your trap, did you not? Then you used that trap to kill Tenko, yes?
Well, Donkey Lips, did you kill that twat?
Well,
Wait, must be some mistake. No way Himiko is culprit.
Then she needs to defend herself. Otherwise, this debate is deadlocked.
I don't care if you gotta use magic to do it, but say something already.
Himiko, please.
Are you even listening?
No, I'm not listening.
What?
I don't care anymore. I'm too tired. Angie died. Tanko died. Why did I have to survive? And now, you're all saying I killed them? I just don't care anymore.
Himiko.
Do whatever. If you want to vote for me, then just go ahead.
The game gets really blah if the suspect isn't into it.
That's not the problem.
damn it! Don't tell me you've given up.
Himiko, don't give up!
Don't you understand? My life is riding on the outcome of this trial!
Just shut up. I told you, I'm too tired. It's all just big pain. I can't put up with it anymore.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? If you give up here...
You needn't worry. Himiko was the one who chose that room. Therefore, she is unmistakably the culprit.
Impossible! Himiko would never kill Tenko!
Impossible is not a word, Gonta.
Not that kind of person. Gonta can tell by Himiko's face.
Himiko's a little slow, so I don't think she's capable of handling a complicated crime.
I also think Himiko's not the culprit. Somehow.
Either way, we gotta look for more possibilities.
That does seem like rather a pointless quest.
No, is not. We gotta be strong. Gotta keep thinking. Then
Don't really think we have much more clues left for this entire case, actually.
So no give up, Himiko.
Himiko, know how you feel. Felt the same after Kaide died. But we can't give up. We survived. We can't give up for the sake of everyone who died. Bloody Kokichi?
Performing the seance in that room was Himiko's decision, was it not?
What if someone steered her into picking that room?
Of the 3 empty rooms, why did you select the middle one, Himiko? Because you laid your trap there.
Was trap only in that room? Other rooms may be trapped too.
Yes, Gonta, you're right for once. You look so happy when you agree with him.
It's just like Gonta said. Each room was the same. They were all trapped.
What? Is that true?
Kokichi will tell you.
I was way too careless. Wait, what are you talking about?
Guess there's no cross piece supporting the floorboard, so I can't step through. Oh, my bad luck.
While you were in the room next to the crime scene, you found a loose floorboard, right?
Well, I didn't find it so much as I stepped through it and tripped.
What? Hold on! There was also a loose floorboard in the next room?
So the culprit prepared a trap in all 3 empty rooms, not just the middle one.
The culprit set traps in all the rooms, and they wouldn't need to select a room themselves.
So the real trap was for someone else to pick a room and take the blame.
I see. We were caught in the culprit's trap all along.
Especially you!
But now there's no reason to suspect Himiko, right?
For now.
Himiko, do you remember what Tenko told you?
Keep your chin up and live facing forward, surviving everyone else with everyone else, please.
Live life facing forward. She said that to you, right? If you give up on living, you'd be betraying her memory. We're all trying to keep our promises to the dead. This trial, it's not just for our lives. It's for everyone who's died as well. That's why we can't give up. This is our responsibility. We live on.
You're right. Yeah, that's right. If I gave up here, I wouldn't be able to face Angie or Tenko.
That's right. So let's do our best.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's a pain anymore.
Oh no.
I won't give up. I'll fight alongside everyone and survive.
Do not say everyone. After all, the Blackened is still among us.
I don't know, is he, chat? He might be.
Jeez, there you go. Killing the mood like usual.
Thanks, Kaito. Did it on purpose.
Damn! Well said, Shuichi. That's what I'd expect from my soul, bro.
Your soul, bro?
Well, anyway, do you think the Blackened this time has some sort of superpower?
What are you talking about?
Well, as a self-proclaimed expert of stepping through floorboards, isn't it weird that no one stepped through that floorboard before the culprit used it?
Ah, that is a good point.
It must have been barrier magic. Well, that's one possibility, but I think it might have been something else.
Why did no one step on the floorboard until it was used for the murder? Must be the reason. Was there salt on it?
This is it! It's because of the magic circle at the scene of the crime.
So dark and able to watch your step. The magic circle is broken and will only as the sands fell. They also made unleash a curse.
Before we began the seance, we were warned not to step on the circle. The floorboard in question was within the circle. That's why no one stepped on it.
So the magic circle's purpose was to keep us away from the whole trick.
That was part of the culprit's plans too?
That's right, that's the case in the culprit. There's no doubt in my mind they're the one who killed Tenko. Only one person could have had the opportunity and the motive.
It has to be you! Kyo. Was it
Why would
you?
you kill Tenko though?
Whatever are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tenko's murder.
Kyo?
Why do you suspect me?
Because you were the one who drew the magic circle.
Yeah, but he didn't really have any beef with Tenko, now did he?
The circle kept us from discovering the seesaw trick. But that's not all it was for. In order to make the murder succeed, variables like Tenko's position and the placement of the cage needed to be defined. And those variables were defined by using the magic circle. In short, the circle itself was the most important tool in this murder. Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle...
I mean, I get him wanting to kill Angie because she was being a cult leader, but...
Answer already! Did you do it?
Oh no.
What is so funny?
I was just thinking. So this is how each Blackened must have felt. What an intriguing experience this is.
What? An intriguing experience?
But if I am the culprit as you claim, then I stomped on the floorboard, yes? So, do tell. How could I have stomped on the floorboard during that darkened seance?
I mean, you probably measured out the steps and shit.
That is problem.
Unless that is made clear, you cannot be certain I am the culprit.
How can you be so calm when you're backed into a corner like this?
I will explain that in due time. please answer my question first?
Maybe he's just good under pressure, who knows? The culprit stepped on the exact floorboard even in the darkness. But how? How did he move around in total darkness? In a room that dark, it's hard to imagine the culprit found the right board. Though even after I put out the candle, I could move my hand, could along the wall with my hand.
Wait a minute. Maybe...
Did you figure it out?
That said, the culprit didn't even need to have to see it all. They used 6 cents.
That's it! The culprit used touch. They didn't see. They felt.
That way they could get around in the dark, like how I got to the candle.
Wouldn't it have been obvious that it was like
Wasn't Seesaw in middle of room? Gonta doesn't
people
think
would have
it's
like
near
stepped
wall.
through salt and shit?
So they probably used something besides the wall to move then, right?
Were there any other markers within reach?
Of course, the answer to that is there was nothing of the sort.
No, I'm sure there was something. A landmark could have used to determine where the floorboard was. Must have been at the scene, I know it. Oh, well, we're doing this again. Candle holder? Magic circle? Oh, oops. This is a G, not a C. This is probably the best version of Bangerman's Gambit though.
That's it! The magic circle! They used the magic circle. Remember? The magic circle was drawn with salt. The culprit used the salt's texture to feel their way through the dark.
I see. So Kyo traced the magic circle with his hands to get to the loose floorboard.
Oh, I see. You drew the magic circle with salt to use it as a guide.
An interesting thought. It is unfortunate that it is so wrong.
What?
Recall the document. What did the magic circle look like?
Based on the document, the magic circle wouldn't reach the corners of the room.
So what?
When the room was darkened, each of us was in a corner of the room, yes? The magic circle didn't reach us, so I could not have followed it, yes?
But you're talking about the magic circle in the document. That doesn't mean the circle you drew was the same.
Yeah, there are lines on the
I most
edges.
definitely drew it exactly the same. I have it perfectly memorized.
So which is it? Is there any way to check?
There was diagonal lines that went to the corners.
The magic circle is a complete mess from being trampled on.
I remember that standing out. I see another piece of the puzzle. Drawing a circle with solid but guaranteed would be temporary. Investigation itself would have been gotten rid of after the evidence. Clever.
Everyone, may I have your attention, please?
What a pain. We don't have any way to check it now.
Excuse me, everyone. May I have your attention, please?
Did you make a picture?
Well, I guess there's no point in discussing the magic circle anymore.
God damn it, Kokichi, shut up.
Hey, may I have your attention?
Oh, I said cut that out! It's too bright!
I apologize. I just wanted everyone to listen to me.
About what?
I had Miu add another function to my body, in addition to the flashlight.
She gave you a dick, didn't she?
What the? No way! Did you really? Stop! You can't! I didn't install it for that purpose!
Wait, what?
Please, let me use
Huh?
it! With it, I might be able to save everyone.
Alright, so what is this function?
It's an image recording function.
Image recording?
Specifically, this function allows me to dispense a printout of my own memory. I'll give it a try.
What purpose did you have in mind for this, Miu?
Ready?
Fuck's sake.
I've also used magic like that before.
This image looks so
Memory
dumb.
Being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay.
She could take pictures for her OnlyFans. Yeah. I reluctantly took the paper from Kibo's mouth. So this is a magic circle used for the seance.
Well, Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Notice anything?
There! This helped a lot, Kibo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document. But that's a lie, isn't it? The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners. Which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Kibo, too.
Hey, where's my thing?
Kibo photo
I
service.
don't want to install that function into Kibo.
Hey, yeah, what was it you were saying about its purpose?
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health.
Sure.
Specifically, I make Kibo use that function every day to
What?
analyze my turds.
Huh?
Your what? Why? Shit is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality. Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
Chat, I'm going to give you a Huh? Do we need a spot?
Quit talking about your poop. No one cares. Kyo, you killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
So, Kyo, if you have any objections,
Exactly.
Your deductions are fiction. Well, since you've given me the option, I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Unimportant?
Now I shall bear witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Stone cage, white sheet, dog's dead, yeah.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon? It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall
Awful
on
to
them.
gut.
true, we could have placed the sickle there. but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi and Shuichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor did I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
I'll cut through your words.
I mean, it would be weird that he took off the fucking thing and didn't notice she was dead as well, by the way. Like, it was just from the get-go.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth.
And why did he throw it into the floorboards later on? Like, look at that cage. Like, how do you put...
Place the sickle when you drape the cloth. And retrieved it afterward when you...
Like, chat, look at those holes. How do you put the sickle through that? You don't.
Then, while everyone was distracted, you discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
What?
It's correct? Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much.
Still don't know what his motive is, though.
Maybe you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But
Doesn't have
unfortunately
one.
for you, that won't happen. Because if you vote for me, every spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko. That is the truth. But it is meaningless.
Yeah, we need Anji's
in this
murderer.
class trial.
Meaningless?
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
That's right, what happened to your votes of those two blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. First come, first serve.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie. For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue.
I've seen people point out the plot here. Kokichi brought the tower closer to the sickle come to Kyo. I don't know.
Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
I mean, Kokichi is an enabler, so...
No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
That is simply not possible. Recall that I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
How could I have possibly killed Angie when I couldn't even enter her lab?
Well, maybe you can also lockpick.
Can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you. If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
I understand how you feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly. There is a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I worked really hard to understand.
Hey, why are you getting all worked up, Kibo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
Sure is.
We should talk it out more. This case might have juicy plot twists waiting to happen.
Nuts to that. Any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
He's a culprit.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit's one of you. Wowee! This argument is getting intense. At times like this. The Ultimate Academy is proud to
Huh?
present
We're doing that?
very own more phenomenal
I guess we are doing that now.
sounds.
We haven't yet.
Yippee! I've been waiting for this!
Oh, shut up, you.
Why were you waiting for it?
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did, but we can't vote until we know the facts. We have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone. Alright, time to waste more time on this cutscene than actually how long this thing takes. Well, this actually got stuff wrong this time.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
Okay, that was wrong.
Forced his way into Angie's research lab and killed her.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo!
That one goes there.
Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Well, the rule got instated later.
Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I've got this!
No, we need Angie's murderer.
Angie's research lab.
No, that one's the first.
Killed Tenko and Angie.
Well, consistent oppositions are weak. No, we don't have to vote it.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie.
I've got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
He forced his way into
God damn
Angie's
it.
research lab and killed her.
I've got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
So Kyo did kill Tenko.
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
Just need to find out what the first one is.
Protect himself all along.
Kyo! Not possible. That rule was added after both murders.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote?
I've got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Kyo killed Tenko. Kyo killed Tenko.
Kibo! We don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
There we go.
Forced his way into Angie's.
I've got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
Tenko killed Angie? Maybe. We don't know that.
Found in
Kyo! Anyone could have entered my lab.
That's the problem we're having here.
So Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself.
Kyo! Not
Like, why is the poor dead people on my side, by the way? Like, that's not very fair.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death. Can't we just vote now?
I've got this! Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
Right, we need to buttonize this shit.
This is our answer.
It would be a mistake to vote before we've completely solved Angie's murder. And there's still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Well, Kyo's confession derailed our conversation a bit. But we still have to go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
The outlying piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene. The duct tape? No, not the duct tape.
Damn it!
Not the duct tape, the forward injury. No?
Damn it!
I'm not quite sure. The crime scene hasn't been explained yet. Something on the floorboards when we had to investigate. Hmm? Oh, right.
This is it!
Just the other crime scene that I was thinking about.
Found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation. It was beneath the floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
Is that Tenko's plot?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse.
Also, I forgot about this dried up blood.
Also, the bloodstain was already dry when we found it. But the blood from Tenko's body hadn't even begun to dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
Blood on the floorboard was dry because... I mean, it happened before.
That's it!
We don't know when before,
The
but...
bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Or the seance?
Should make it clear whose blood it was. I guess that's Angie's then?
That's it! That bloodstain wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in a research lab?
Just because
Not
we
before.
found the body there doesn't mean she was killed there.
No, that's also a possibility, of course.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities. We assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
I'm not sure if the culprit waited for her, but they probably killed her when she came out. Well, I thought that was more likely from the start. So I went to places Angie might have gone, and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
I don't know, maybe.
It seems Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
I do lie a lot, and I could be lying right now too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Angel left the lab on the road and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or...?
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle! To keep herself awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
That sounds like something only you would do, Mew.
Now did Kokichi see something Angie did? Has to be a
The
clue
art
there.
research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go
Not
into an empty
entirely
room?
sure, but she would.
There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle!
No, I shouldn't agree with that. Didn't expect a virtual agree with that kind of hobby. None of that was Angie trying to do right before her death.
Damn it!
What is she doing right
The
before her
art
death?
research lab is not
Maybe
where
she,
Angie
maybe she
was
wanted
killed.
this. I don't know why she would want this,
She was
but
killed in the empty room instead.
Sushi doesn't know either. I'll tell you, Angie was killed in the empty room. Should be lying with knows. I'm not sure what they want me to do here.
Is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle! To keep herself awake at night. She would drip hot wax on her body.
That sounds like something only you would do, Mew.
The art research lab
I wouldn't mind that, no.
is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
She left her lab on her own?
Agree with me a
But
statement.
why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there.
Except for candles.
That's it! She wanted a candle!
I agree.
How does the Necronomicon agree to?
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Why?
Yeah, for Kitty's wax play!
No. Angie
Chat,
was
I'm gonna have to play the clip again, huh?
Huh?
According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead,
Alright, you have to burn it. I see.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab. So she went to go get a candle from one of the empty rooms.
And that's when the culprit attacked her.
I mean, I guess.
That's why there was dried blood underfloor.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance
Also, thanks for
was
following, by the way. I'm trying to piece
Bravo,
this together.
Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance. If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room.
We wouldn't have found the blood then.
If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's blood stain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie. This must be Atua's will. Or maybe the power of magic.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already. You claim Angie was murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab?
From the second room.
It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be moved.
I I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room. She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
Means the culprit detected twice. I have evidence of that. That's where the forward injury comes in.
This is it! The fatal wound was a cut to the back of her neck from a katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why. After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow.
Well, I guess you gave the effigy of Ryoma a cigar.
It's all clear now. Angie was attacked in the empty room.
Or whatever the thing he was chewing on. Don't think it was an actual cigarette though.
That the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear? What are you?
Oh no, he's losing it.
You what? What are... I will not fear. I will not back down.
Huh?
Korekio, calm yourself.
Oh no, what is this?
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
What?
You must teach these ignorant children a lesson.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about? You're giving me the goddamn willies!
Not yet. Nothing is clear at all. It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable...
I like how no one questioned that. What happened there?
Nothing is clear at all!
Again?
Angie was attacked in the empty room first, and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible! That's nothing but a delusion! You intend to poison our minds with your delusions?
It's no delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story. After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no blood stains.
She blood in the hallway? No. Running the back suspicious and make a mistake. I guess it's not that then.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no blood stains.
No. Maybe, hold on, maybe there's more, maybe there's more.
You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no blood stains.
There is more.
Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
No?
Oh no! You say the culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood
Because that's where the
fell?
bloody duct tape
The
goes
hallway
then.
and empty room had no blood stains. Even if you wipe them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind. But there was no evidence anywhere, was there, Shuichi?
I'll cut through your words. There was evidence left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. Since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice until...
We don't really know what the purpose of the duct tape is either. It was just kind of there.
It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt, and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
What? Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
Yeah, I mean, out of principle, I'm just gonna go with you.
It has to be you. It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
What the fuck? So it's true.
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
You killed both of them. Why? Why did you kill them?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
An accident?
That's right. It wasn't part of the plan.
Huh? Which one?
The murder that was an accident. Dankos? No.
I was wrong!
I mean, I guess just to cover his tracks then, huh?
That's it! Angie's murder was an accident.
Even though she didn't get the fatal blow at first, so yeah, sure. Whatever.
That's right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with a seesaw trick.
And you walked in on her, on him doing it, huh?
In an empty room, Angie walked in. So he decided to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Then you should have just stopped there.
Yeah, should have.
Once he killed Angie, there was no reason.
No, there really wasn't.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless.
Or was he that afraid that the ghost would speak?
If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you killed two of our friends?
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit. So, why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it?
Calm yourself, Kyo.
Oh no, here we go again.
Yes.
Some split personality bullshit going on
You
here.
mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth
Sissy.
agonizing over. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a
Just vote on them already. Be done with this shit.
Never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them. For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it. I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery.
Like Amari said, this was almost done. Way over half an hour ago.
Or guesses.
Well said. Good job, Korekio.
Yes, thanks.
It's possessed by his sister or some shit.
Creeps me the fuck out!
No evidence. There's evidence that he killed Angie.
You're wrong. There is evidence.
What? You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty
That's where the
room.
wooden plank comes in. With the floorboard.
That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood. Apologize. Come on, apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Come on, apologize. Apologize, apologize,
My butt is shaking now.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
No idea what's happening with Kyo. But I know what weapon is they use and then you have to prove it.
I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yeah, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Yes, I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing.
I'm too distracted looking at the art trying to make something of it.
Your delusions on us. Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Correcchio. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize.
Ah.
I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
That is so annoying.
Apologize. Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me! Correcchio
Those are quite
speaks
annoying.
the truth. Such a sorry lot.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize. I told you I am not the culprit.
No, Kyo.
You have no proof that Correcchio is the killer.
It ends here.
The meat on the bone. The meat on the bone. Ah. Oh my. Oh my.
Kyo hit Angie
Doing
with
some
the
man
same
service
floorboard
there.
used in the seesaw trick.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
The dried up blood under it.
There was a small patch of dried blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Angie's blood?
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the bloodstain under the floor to consider. For that to be there, the floorboard must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Kyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the weapon used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
But then why was Tanko killed? Because it's spiritual business?
I believe that while Kyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
And he cold-cocked her with the floorboard.
Haven't heard that word before.
All you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
So it's true. This is the truth.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the
Story
finale
time.
to you. Bring down the house.
Ichi, please, put an end to this. For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand. I'll go over everything one more time. Kyo, I want you to confess. No, I will force you to confess.
What's the culprit? Okay, well, first let's check what I have. Path made with salt, duct tape, small stone, floorboard, sickle, katana. It's a sliding lock. Okay. I've got and killed Angie. No, the floorboard. No, the katana. With Vegeta step with the katana, got ace. Handle of the spinning katana, hit the sliding lock. Now you need to do all the other ones in order to get new stuff here, huh? Okay. Rock. Move up into the kill, but set up in the cage. Sickle. Last one here is the path was made with salt. There we go. Now we get the rest. Cookie's lock picking goes. No. Cookie's lock picking goes here. Culprit approach the cage. That one.
This is
Alrighty.
the truth of the case.
These ones also feel simpler than in the earlier games. I don't know.
First murder. It was late
Just feels that way at least.
The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor. The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it.
One question I do have, like this was the middle room that got walked in on. This was the second room that Kia was doing, probably. So he went out of the way to do the last room as well, I guess, even after the murder? Question mark?
The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion.
How difficult got in the first room that he did it in?
Whoever picked a room. To cut the cross pieces, they needed a saw. I imagine they got one from the warehouse. They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened.
Why is Angie coming from there anyway? Like, there was a computer area.
Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point,
Oh right, no, that's what she was there.
finished the setup
Duh.
and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit. The culprit took the floorboard they loosened
And then she didn't try to run away or anything? Whatever. Whatever.
The culprit did not want to give up on their plan and had to improvise.
We wanted to do the same as murder. Yeah.
They wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, but why would you turn her back on someone doing suspicious shit like that, huh?
To a research lab.
She just stood there and watched when the thing got ripped out.
While she was unconscious, the culprit hurried to tie up this loose end. But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight. They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body. Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick. Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside. And took out the katana they brought from their own lab. They then stabbed Angie in the back of the neck, finally killing her.
And who could have boxed in? Yeah.
Then, to further confuse us, the culprit attempted to make a locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down. There were 2 reasons for this.
Silly smiling effigy.
To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere. And the other was the key to locking the room. The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance. And spun the effigy around to twist up the rope.
Like, this is the silliest part of all of it.
After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door.
Speed!
Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it. The handle of the
This is so
katana
silly.
hit the sliding lock, locking the door. A difficult trick, but remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch. The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt...
Also, this is Wax you're talking about. Who says it's going to be stuck in there?
Once complete, the door
Like,
was
what if it doesn't
locked,
slip out?
but the
Huh?
duct tape was left behind. Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body. But the culprit wasn't finished. They wanted one more murder. To do that, they manipulated us into performing this seance. Of the 3 empty rooms, the middle one was chosen for the seance. I was invited by Kokichi to take Kibo's place in the seance. Tenko volunteered to be the medium, but she never imagined it would get her killed.
What if Tenko didn't do that? Did he just not care who it was gonna be, huh?
A small stone that Himiko had brought from the courtyard. Tenko, at the culprit's request, bowed her head until it was touching the stone. That position was instrumental in making sure the murder went as planned. Next, Kokichi and I placed the iron cage over Tenko, in the middle of the magic circle. The culprit then volunteered to drape the white cloth over the iron cage. We didn't realize it at the time, but that was a deliberate decision by the culprit. They needed to set up the murder weapon that was used to kill Tenko. While they were covering the cage with a cloth, they secretly placed the sickle.
Still don't get how that sickle fit through the cage though, but whatever.
Finally,
whatever.
4 of us placed the wooden statue on top of the cage. The culprit used the weight of the statue to keep the murder weapon in place. After the preparations were complete, we began the seance. In complete darkness, we each stood in one corner and sang the cage child song.
I'm going to let the right side in a bit.
When the song finished, the soul of the dead was supposed to enter the medium. But our culprit had another plan, to commit a murder in the darkness. Right after we started singing, the culprit began making their way toward Tenko. It would have been quite difficult to do in total darkness, but our culprit had a guide. They used the lines of the magic circle drawn with salt. The culprit felt for the salt and used it to guide them along. And when the culprit reached the center of the circle...
Also, this is stupid. Like, who assumed no one was gonna hit this shit?
They found the floorboard that had its crosspiece cut off the night before.
Yeah, that is. I was just thinking about it. Yeah, like, wouldn't you have noticed the direction of the singing changing?
The floorboard lifted up like a seesaw and pushed Tenko's body up toward the ceiling of the cage.
Also, who couldn't have said that the plank was going to fucking break in half? Huh?
Neck by the sickle on the top of the cage.
Considering how important acoustics were in the second game chapter 1. Yeah. There's an entire thing about it, yeah.
After committing the crime, the culprit followed the salt back to their corner.
Also, wouldn't you see that plank, like the stubbed salt on it? I guess no one noticed the need at the moment, though.
And had us light the candles. We followed the culprit's directions and removed the equipment used for the seance. discover Tenko's body. And while we were all focused on the body, the culprit picked up the sickle and dropped it under the floor.
That quite bothered me how quiet he was when he took the thing off her. Like, you would have seen through the cage. Like, come on.
Ironically, the final step of the murder was unwittingly carried out by us. The culprit had planned the murder so that we would unintentionally destroy some evidence. That evidence was the magic circle that the culprit used to navigate in the dark. However, the culprit didn't know that Kibo had taken a picture.
When had he taken the picture anyway?
Without that, we wouldn't know what changes were made to the circle. But now we know for certain, and we know the culprit drew the magic circle. Korekio Shinguchi, the ultimate anthropologist. You're the culprit behind these murders.
Right, it's time for me to talk soon again, huh?
That's where my detective work leads us. It all fits.
Sweet Korekio. There are times when it's necessary to admit defeat. Admit? Yeah. Okay.
So you finally admit you did it.
He's being put your wheel.
Unfortunately. Yes.
You're telling me he's being.
Yes. It's unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My one regret, my only regret, was not being able to make
What?
100 friends.
Who the fuck are you, Gomi?
100.
This is bullshit. That's really horrible.
It was my dream to make 100.
Oh, get out of here with that shit.
Oh, it's so unfortunate. I was so close to 100.
What are you talking about? I do not understand a word of this.
Who gives a fuck? Let's vote for this kooky bastard and
Kooky.
be
That's a
done
good
with
word,
this
kooky.
already.
Haven't done it in a while.
Roger that. One voting time coming up.
The heart racing excitement as
Nothing of value is lost with him getting executed. Yeah.
The heart racing excitement. Has the
I mean, I don't really mind the Denji's that either because that cult shit was getting to me.
It's
Fucking hate that crap.
voting time.
Now let's see if he's a petty loser that votes on someone else. Yeah, Tanko's kinda sad. But Denji I didn't really care about.
It seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
If anything, Tanko was trying to break up that cult shit. She was scratching. No, at least it's not a salty bastard who voted on someone else, so...
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I like someone. Alright, move to Monocups is gonna die. Votes on Monotaro. Two Bs. Okay, fair enough. Wow, seriously, you're correct again! Amazing, this is the third correct verdict in a row.
All right.
If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you proceed to the bonus round. How is this gonna last that long?
For now,
It's finally over.
No.
No, not yet, I haven't heard his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right.
Yeah, no need to kill them both, no matter what motive you have.
Oh,
Motive? Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did though, why did that trigger a murder? Don't tell me you're actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaido.
Shut up!
Shut up, I never said I was scared. The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
why?
Because we're friends, I'll tell you. I never once believed the ritual. I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that.
What?
So there's nothing to do with the motive. Then why?
Yes.
For the one that I love.
There is someone that I love.
From the bottom of my heart, someone so dear, someone I long for. It wasn't his sister, was it?
I love her with all my heart. And she loves me with all her heart. Yes.
Chat,
we
ass
vowed
cheeks.
endless love to each other. Forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love. No matter what anyone says.
Cheeks. Bragging about your perfect love life. Fuck you, some of us aren't that lucky. So to see this lover of yours, you had to escape.
Don't tell
That's
me.
why you killed Angie and Tenko, but why did you need to kill both? If you asked if I did it to escape this place, man, it would be no.
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place, the one I love is inside. Inside?
Wait.
No, look at me, I'm not this lover.
Yeah.
Calm down, I wouldn't want a disgusting shit-stuffed bitch like you anyway.
Curse
Well,
blows.
what the what?
Hey!
Kyo, who is it? Who is this person you love?
Hey,
Is it really one of us? When I say inside, I do not mean inside his academy.
You see.
I mean inside me.
Sister.
Yes, the one I love is the love lives inside me. My dearest sister. Sister?
Wait.
Don't look at me. I'm not the sister.
Right.
I'll doubt if you were a sister. He would have killed himself already.
Wait.
Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
Whatever is
Huh,
that.
it's not that difficult for my. No, it's not that difficult. My sister is my lover. Chat. Don't worry about it. Just anime things. Keeping it in the family.
I loved her so deeply. And she loved me so deeply. The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us. They called it forbidden love. But none could stop the love we shared.
Hold on, chat. I need to roll out the sound effect again.
Huh?
That's 3 times a day.
How I long for my sister's warmth. The only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth. For my beloved sister.
That is why I have to. For my beloved sister, I had to.
Always messing
You had to escape from here, right?
No.
No, I had to kill for her.
Huh?
What?
Sister.
Sister was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she just didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However,
Even if I could be a little brother and a lover, I couldn't be a friend. So I thought I'd find her some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister.
huh?
Deceased?
Do you understand?
My sister is now a ghost, so her friend should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved sister.
And that way, huh? For my sister's sake, I've killed many. To send her 100 friends. You're all wonderful people, but you're being sister's friends. What?
incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister.
Sister is very happy.
Yes.
And yes, Kyo, I'm very happy. Thanks to you, I'm not lonely. Could it be that the lipstick version of Kyo
I
is?
am Korekio's older
I'm
sister.
Kyo's older sister. Thank you for looking after my little brother. What the hell? After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I nearly went mad. But sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside of me.
Sister.
Yeah, now I can be whenever see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekio.
That's wonderful, Kyo. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? Is this really a spirit?
I told you.
He's just delusional. What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Ew.
Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed 4 dead chick. He said he killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the 2 you killed here.
What was that?
What? Yeah, seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Cuz?
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose to get from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
Unacceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sisters' friends.
Huh?
Only girls? So I see. So when we were deciding on who should be the medium. Before that, let's use a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl. You said it would work best with a girl. I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Mio, they are all worthy. Maki not either, huh? All worthy of being my sister's friends. All worthy?
Why, you...
Hey, how come I'm not included? I mean, like I care.
Then
Then the second victim could have been me. Tenko died in place of me. Then I'll do it. Can't think of anyone but me that Angie Spirit should go into. Oh, I'll do it.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble earnest heart made me a perfect friend for my sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko. Infiltrate? Really? But how did you... It was obvious to me. I've studied many people. Yeah, she stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for a beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was the perfect friend for sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko. Though I was planning on having you become sister's friend too, eventually.
No way!
What you do all that for? Whoa, you did do all that just for kill. For you to go that far, that's pretty impressive. You were interested in the caged child, so you could just use it to kill someone, right?
Let's see.
It interested me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than that.
For my
I wanted to kill the sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling.
Are you okay?
Kaido, are you okay? You look kinda pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now. Allow me to explain though, I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place.
However,
But then she walked in on me preparing and then ended up killing her in a different way. So I figured I might as well kill someone else too. After all, it would be a shame to just waste the seance trick I prepared. Seance, yeah. You're talking like you could kill her just because you could. No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister.
Correctio.
Kuriki is such a thoughtful little brother, but it was bad to get greedy. You're right, because of that I now can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Kurikio's crime. I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand.
Why?
That's right. Killing 2 friends for your dead sister.
But how?
That's wrong. That's so wrong. And friends like these who need motives. Oh, that got so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death.
do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
That's right. Even though I'm a ghost now, I'm always by Kurikio's side.
Sister.
Thank you, sister. I love you. Cut it out already.
what was
I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing makes sense. It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tenko have to die for something so unfair?
Well...
Because death is unfair. Yeah.
And another...
And deaths are unfair deaths. Well, all deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think the news situation gets such high ratings? Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
Maybe.
Now, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Man, if people were watching this, we'd get a kick out of it. Haha. If people were watching this, knock off the bullshit. Only sick fucks would enjoy watching us.
You got
Hell yeah! If I wasn't in the killing game, I would have so much fun watching.
So then,
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over, and I've finished my explanation. I've finished my explanation to you, friends.
sister.
I think I shall go and see her now, my beloved sister.
Sister.
I wasn't able to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now.
Correctio.
It's alright, sweet Kurikio, come to me.
Oh,
Looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started.
it's punishment!
It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time.
Huh?
Punishment time.
Sister.
My beloved sister, at long last, I finally get to see you again.
That's right.
But we are watching this. Yes. Yes, we are. Yes, from now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others. Wait, I can't accept this.
Therefore,
Like I said, there's no such thing as death that can be accepted.
from an anthropological.
Why do you think so many different cultures have different funeral rites? Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease? The living must find a reason, however forced to accept death when it happens. How we come to terms with death also determines how you live, yes?
What was that?
What?
Aye.
That was the answer I reached. How about you? How will you live? How will you live a life that faces death? I've prepared a special punishment for the ultimate anthropologist, Kurikio Shinguchi.
I shall observe.
I'll watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I'll watch over you.
That's right.
It will just be me and Korokio. All those who died will be watching. Yay? Question mark. Okay, I'll be waiting to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity
I'll be watching forever and ever.
It's punishment time!
Let's give it everything we got. It's punishment time. Is anyone really going to care if he dies? I don't want to see anyone sad about this. Alright, what are we doing here? Yeah, I figured it was going to be something ritualistic. Speed! Alright, who's one of them gonna kill here? Boil the mushroom, stick them in the stew. Hey, he himself? Oh, well, I didn't expect that one. Oh no, salt. Why would the sister do that? What? No, one of them, why? What, do you think my cute child would commit suicide? Oh, that's so cute. So freaking cute that he would kill himself because he couldn't get along. One of them committed suicide. I don't know that this would happen, I would have been nicer to him. The only reason one of them obsessed over getting along was because everyone but me bullied him.
That's right.
Yes, the other one of the cops drove him to suicide, but not me.
Hey.
Who's one of them? Oh, you already forgot? That's kind of scary.
Well now.
Well, it looks like another class trial is wrapped up without incident, so... I'm gonna take Becky this here Necronomicon. Seems like a waste though, you guys sure you don't want to use it? Phew, you guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster. Shut up, how long are you gonna keep talking about that?
I told you.
Ignore him, the whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie. He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic.
What's the point?
I'm assuming you'll think another murder will happen if you do that, right? Who can say? What a waste! If none of you are gonna use it, you should have let me have it. Then you could have resurrected one of my dead siblings. Which one? No, I don't know, they're all pretty terrible, actually. Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it was just between two of us this whole time.
Oh yeah.
It's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for adopting me. Too bad.
So long. Farewell.
Even though he still talks about raising the dead. Man, this is stupid. That people believe in is up to them, but... living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead.
Of course.
They're living are more precious than the dead, no matter what. That's not something a coward like you should say. Shut up, leave me alone. But there's one thing this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but... there isn't after all. Not in this academy. God is dead. Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Going to do his
Then
best.
Gonta do his best to keep everyone safe. Gonta wants to protect everyone. But your talent is entomology. He don't want Switch to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of these class trails.
You're right.
Yeah, you're right. Your talent as an assassin is way more trouble. When are you gonna use that, huh?
Okay,
I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent.
that's right.
It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone. Mackie, that's a dead flag. I see. I wonder how long that's last. What if your true calling as a killer shows? Don't underestimate her. Mackie Roll's one of my sidekicks.
Got a minute?
I don't remember being a sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Mackie Roll? Oh, you guys are so close now. This must be the bond of friendship. Well, the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred if it happened sooner, especially not after losing 7 people. No, you're right, only 9 people left now. Well, what do you know, the dumbass can do basic math. That's right, 7 pieces of shit have been flushed away and only 9 remain.
Actually,
By that calculation, does it also make you one of these pieces?
But
Just 9 of us.
well, you know.
Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. That's certainly what the heartless robot is thinking, right? Right. No, I'm not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable.
But you know,
But hey, none of us give up, right? I know we're all going to escape. I'm not going to rely on a god, spirits, or the dead.
I believe in you.
Just you guys. I believe in all of you.
Okay.
Kaido.
Well, of course.
You're right. Those of us who can remain can start over. Hold up. Kibo needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. And there's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to accept.
How exciting!
Yank your head off and smash it to the ground with all its strength, got you?
No
I got
way.
that? I've never heard of such an intense form of apology. Seems like everything is settled for now. Even though we're missing her.
You alright?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help, you can tell Gonta.
Hey.
I think we should let her have some space for now, that might be the best for her.
Okay.
I remember how I felt. No, Gonta understand.
You're so
God, Himiko is such a liar. Huh?
because I'm
Personally, I
alive.
don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was compromised with just the truth.
But
But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know. I think I said that wrong. Oh, yeah. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Comprise, yeah, not compromise.
right?
What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit.
uh,
I only say this because I thought about it.
because
Himiko's been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back.
hey,
Hey, what are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back? What? Hold back? Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So if you feel like crying while you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger onto someone can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko. Yee. Danko, Angie, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely without you two. But I gotta survive. I still can't go where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you. Here we go. Damn it. Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotions that she had bottled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, he began crying. Oh no, we're all having a pity party here. The tears we shed, I can't even describe it. We were crying about what we've been through and what was about to come. Sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, anger, love, tears filled with emotion. But at the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears that push us forward. Need some headpads. After a while, Himiko finally calmed down. However... Oh.
Is she hard to carry, Gonta?
No, she fine.
She's sleeping very peacefully.
she's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
I have told you many times that I do not use oil as my fuel source.
But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying.
Is this a death flag for Gonta?
Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so.
Then Gonta carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me?
Fuck's sake.
You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites.
God damn it, Miyu.
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
While we were heading to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaido stopped in his tracks. Kaido, what's wrong? Nothing. Just wanted to get some light out. Don't worry about me. Go on, you sure?
Well,
Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick. You're worried about me? Yeah, worried about your stupidity. Still haven't warmed up to me, huh?
But
Maybe not, but I feel like the walls of the up are coming down a little, you know. Perhaps those walls were our enemies. It seems that she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, because of me. Yeah, maybe. But you sound like a bragging guy, though. But like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. You can go on there.
okay.
Sure, got it. See you tomorrow.
Got it.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. Didn't notice what was going on with Kaido. Cough. Oh no. Oh no.
Damn it. I don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here. No way.
Kaido ain't doing so well. It was a little bit shorter, but it is still over 3 hours. Mysterious mask. Oh no, we took your goal now. Always save twice, chat. A few days ago. No. No. I'll get to that later. Let me check that gift. Comes some oven. Okay, nothing special there. When do you get different things for this, by the way? Do you know that, Mario? Because these are kinda empty. Let's hope there are not more huh moments. No, about that. About that. It probably will be. And Jungle will return too somehow. I just know it. It has to be. So the Danganronpa game if Junko doesn't somehow return. I think that was added to the... There's a sword in the tree now. And... the cat? Cat statue? Oh, it's a dog statue. Don't see anything else that can signify Engie though. Oh, whatever. But alright, that will be the Danganronpa for this week. I think we're about the halfway point now, going from the usual games. It's like 6 chapters, so yeah. Still a bit more to go then. But alright, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.